What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are ready for an awesome interview. We have Jonathan here from LoneWolf Day Trading as well as Digi from Digi Warfare. They are both here to talk about Circuit. It is a nice coin, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it. All right, Jonathan, Digi, welcome. Say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
So I wanted to start off with letting everybody know throughout this interview, if you guys have any questions, something to kind of expand on what we're talking about, feel free to jump right in and chat, and I'll see if we can fit it in. But let's just start off with who you guys are. You guys want to kind of introduce yourself? We'll start with Jonathan.
All right. So my name is Jonathan. You guys probably know me as LoneWolf. It's awesome to be here. It's been a long time. It's been a couple of months. So I think I remember how to do this. I'll kind of go see how I work. But yeah, awesome to be here, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah, no problem.
Digi Warfare from Spectre Security. We're here just to talk to you about a new product that we had that we think is pretty cool.
Cool. Real quick, I just wanted to start with just how did you guys really kind of get into the idea of Circuit? Like, where did it start? Like, who kind of came up with the idea? How did you guys get together? You know, kind of walk me through the process of how you guys got started.
That's a really good question. I didn't see that one coming. Wow. So everyone knows. So everyone knows 2017. I mean, cryptocurrencies were going crazy. I mean, there was 100,000% just left and right. So, of course, I was investing. And at the end of the day, I would be able to do like the analysis of the coin, but I wasn't able to actually control, what direction they went in, what they should do. I mean, I saw all these different projects. I would look at the basis of the project and build from there. But I wasn't able to actually have like a first hand in it. So Dilo is actually one of the other founders. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it tonight. But he approached me and said, hey, we should just start our own cryptocurrency. And at the time, I was like, that's going to be a lot of work. And of course, it was a lot. It definitely was a lot of work. But so Digi is very, very well known in the cryptocurrency space. I mean, he has his own coin, and he's a genius when it comes to anything security related. So I reached out to him. And normally when you reach out to people in cryptocurrency, they're not going to give you the time of day. They're going to say they're either not going to reply to you, or they'll say, I'll try to talk to you next week. But I messaged Digi, and he said, well, do you have a minute right now? Which was mind blowing. That basically, I think a legend within the cryptocurrency space would say, well, are you available right now? So Digi and I were speaking, and then I told him, hey, this is an idea that we have. We'd like to, bring it to the light. We think it has a lot of potential. And, he was definitely on board for it. So definitely an honor working with Digi, working with Dilo. We've put so much time into this project. I mean, literally thousands of hours. There's been so many sleepless nights, but definitely worth it 100%.
Awesome. Just to backstep a little bit. What made you get into trading? Like, how'd you get into trading? Because I believe you didn't actually start in cryptocurrency. Or
No.
did you? Yeah. So you kind of started in the equity world.
Absolutely.
So how did you actually get started there? And then obviously you got into the cryptocurrency. Just how did you end up finding and making that transition?
So I personally had the opportunity to meet with a gentleman, basically a millionaire, and he sat me down and he said, hey, you have some money you put aside, you should invest it. I had no idea. And this is years and years ago. But he was talking about mutual funds. I mean, he had a lot of capital, so he could put into mutual funds or however, and, get a good, a small percentage return, but it worked for him. So I put in some money, and in a month I made $40. And I was like, oh man, $40. There we go. But my friend that day traded, he's like, you made $40 in a month. I just made $600 today. And I said, you gotta be kidding me. I hate mutual funds now. So I sat down, and I mean, it's been a bumpy journey. It really has. I mean, with the stock market, with cryptocurrency, there's a learning curve to it. Not everyone has the ability because everyone has different skill sets. But if you really do put your mind to it, you have the ability to be profitable. And I think that's the ultimate goal of any trader.
Cool. Digi, real quick question for you. How did you, before any of, like as cryptocurrency was coming available, like what was your background and how did you actually get into cryptocurrency to begin with?
So I came from InfoSec, threat intelligence, a lot of data mining. And my first currency I ever played with really was Burst coin. It's like another coin. Used hard drive space as the miner instead of the async. So I heard of this project, and I started doing a lot of research on it, like what is cryptocurrency, what is these different concepts like POW, POS, what are staking pools, what are mining pools, and it just seemed like every question that I asked, the answer became the basis for the next question. So it's a vast place, and it just one thing led into another. I met a lot of cool people along the way, but each person brought about a different perspective of crypto. Not so much as from the trading standpoint, but more from the tech standpoint. And crypto is more than just a wallet and a coin. It's there's a network, there's an infrastructure, there's sites and services. There's so many. It's got all the same engineers as the fiat world. I mean, entertainment. Not everybody has to solve a problem. Not everybody has to have a unicorn wallet, but some people can be just entertainment focused, and people gravitate towards that. They like to have fun. They like to make a little bit of money too. So it's been this complex journey. And I got into this about 2015, 2016. So before the big pump.
Gotcha. Cool. So I'm actually going to just kind of give the both of you guys can kind of expand within one another for as long as it takes. But let's just, get the, I don't know, whatever saying you want to input there. We'll just go ahead and get into circuit. There's so many sayings that were popping into my head there. I just decided to leave them all out. But go ahead and just explain, what circuit is, like where you guys are with the project. I know today was actually a pretty big day for you. Kind of just dive into all that.
So circuit, there's really just so much. So when I think of cryptocurrency, beginning, of course, we had Bitcoin, then we had Litecoin and all that. And then now 2017 occurred. All these coins came out of nowhere. We had the meme coins. We had all that. Everything was occurring. But what is the key aspect now that we're in 2019 is innovation. How can you be the first of some type that's going to grasp people's attention? I mean, we have the security coins, we have the private coins, we have the memes and all that, but I've never seen anything that's geared towards competitive racing, and that's just a huge market that's basically untapped. I know NASCAR and Formula One together are about $10 billion industry. So that's what we gravitated to. And there's so much. It's not just, let's say automobile racing or however drag, stuff like that. But I mean, you also have monster trucks, drones, even cycling, any type of competitive racing, this coin is able to latch itself onto. I know a lot of people are very passionate about this field, and a lot of people show great interest. I mean, we're always getting messages. People want to know what this is about. They have it on their watch list. They're constantly watching it. So I think that's really, especially with our backgrounds, Digi, Dan, myself, all the contacts that we know, we're able to branch out very quick because, I mean, we've already been in this cryptocurrency space for quite some time. The big news, there's been a lot of really good news. I mean, since we launched, basically, that was 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. I mean, it's a very new project. But so we're already listed on 2 exchanges, which is very quick. You normally don't see that in the crypto space. That becomes very expensive. For people that aren't familiar with it, Binance is one of the larger exchanges. That costs about 10 Bitcoin to get on. We're looking at about over $100,000 to get listed on it. with the cryptocurrency project itself, this is something we've been working on for over 6 months. A lot of people, they see crypto, they see these gains. I mean, XRP going from less than a penny all the way up to almost $4. I mean, if you can imagine that gain itself, people saw that and they're like, I'm just going to make my own crypto and I'm going to be driving a Lambo tomorrow. But they don't see the background of how much work you have to put into this. I mean, so many sleepless nights. Me, Dan, and Digi just up all night working on however to ensure that we're bringing the best project that we can. Like I said, we've been around a little bit. We've seen where projects have failed and also where they've found success, and we're able to build off of that. So as you can see with our algorithm, the different stats of the coin itself, it's set up for success. And I can touch on that a little bit later if interest, but so we have 2 exchanges. We have multiple partnerships within different cryptocurrency coins. I mean, these are larger coins that have showed interest. Again, with the project itself, with the cryptocurrency, the competitive racing, people just love the idea. A lot of people are passionate about cars. I mean, just cars in general, if it's, the newer or if they're just going for the old school. So another thing, which is actually going to be released tonight, we haven't released this yet, but there's actually a gentleman that owns basically it's like a detail shop, basically, and much larger than I thought. When I reached out to him, I told him exactly what we're going for, and he said, that's amazing. And he has a detail shop. I mean, he serves more people. So he actually sponsors vehicles. I mean, we're going from, however, all the way to Mercedes. We have BMWs and stuff. Over 85 vehicles are sponsored by his company, his corporation. So we're able to partner with him. And when he sends out these packages that he sends to all of his partners, we're actually going to be included in it. And this is worldwide. I mean, he does global logistics. So, I mean, really whatever country, worldwide space, that's definitely a big thing for us. That's just one step closer to gaining the attention worldwide, not just within a certain location of the world. So the news is just rolling. I mean, it's awesome, truly, to see all this hard work we put into it, to actually be able to see the public's attention from it. Just sitting down here talking with Digi and Dan, just all the numerous nights, and actually being able to release this and be proud of the work that we put into it. It's really just a great feeling.
It's awesome. Did you have anything to add?
So when you open up a cryptocurrency company, you basically have to have a lot of resources available. There's a lot to just securing your blockchain. You got to have DNS seeds to do the propagation. You have to have master nodes or peers. Your whole time is spent always trying to grow your network, whether it's a marketing standpoint, your physical network standpoint, your community standpoint. It's never ending push to grow. You're always looking at the work you've done. We did a lot of work. We try to keep the AND thread pretty up to date and current. And we think the AND thread looks nice. So if people go and look at the AND thread and you find it visually pleasing, please tell us, what you think about the AND thread. The other projects we're doing, we have a lot of projects going in the background. A lot of these are coming near completion stages, going to be released relatively soon. Some of the projects are different community, just web applications for them to use and play with every single day. Whether it's gambling to try to make a little bit, online shopping. We have an integrated shop, and there's actually some racing games, I believe, in the shop right now for Steam. So if anybody wants to buy some Steam games and you have some circuit, you can go right over to the shop right now. And online merchandising is like the biggest thing that a crypto struggles to get on besides exchanges. So the fact that we already have, just entertainment product that you can buy with our coin in our own shop, that should tell people that we've only been open a couple of weeks. We've already got an online shop that our crypto's tied into. Look at the website. We have a complete website. Look at our wallets. We have even Arch wallets. We have ARM wallets. So if you got a Raspberry Pi or something, we cover all the bases. Every single thing that's done there is work, and that takes us time. So in the amount of time we've been doing this, 6 months, 7 months, right, Wolf?
Oh yeah.
You know, all of the additional things, if you look at those and count them up, it's a huge amount of work. And we haven't even gotten any kind of reward yet, any kind of return. So we've had to put in massive amounts for no return. And that's how crypto goes until you go to market and then establish yourself.
So essentially it's a business.
It's every aspect of a business, from customer service to sales to support to product engineering. It's just a business, no less. It's just our genre of business is different. Our coin is our product line. The moment that this was built and released, our product's pretty much done except for minor upgrades. Now we become an integration company because we want our product integrated into a number of services, applications, uses throughout the world. So that's what we refer to as integration.
Gotcha. Well, before my next question, I just wanted to give back to everyone that's here a little bit. You guys over there at Circuit have worked with me to make this happen. I'm going to go ahead and post this in chat, but for the first 5 users that can go ahead, some of you may already have your wallets who are listening, but the first 5 users to head over to the site and go to the faucet and put in code volatility, you'll get 500 Circuit coin right then and there, just as a thank you for tuning in tonight. A little bit of a bonus just to show appreciation. And if you guys actually want, let me type this out real quick. If you want an extra 100, and this is for the first 50, which I'm not sure if anyone's used this code or not, so it might be less than 50, might still be 50. But if you just use volatility trading, all one word, there's an extra 100 in there. If you aren't one of the first 5 to get the 500, you can at least put that in and get 100. And if you get the 500, you end up with 600. So there you go.
One quick question about that code.
Sure.
I believe that code is case sensitive. So I believe it is.
It's in there like that.
I was going to say, it should be all caps then, if it is case sensitive.
Yeah, it is case sensitive, but you're good.
Okay. All right. So let me lead into, I was actually looking at your roadmap just to kind of base off of everything, and it just really looks like you guys are super ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Do you plan to kind of move everything up, or are you, like, now that you are listed on the exchange and you're kind of, you came to market in a sense, are you really kind of maybe looking to slow down, or are you just going to kind of full throttle, pun intended, to keep going forward?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's definitely no slowing down. A lot of people just see cryptocurrency and they're like, okay, boom, you're on the exchange. Now you can buy and sell as you please. And a lot of cryptocurrencies, they just end the project there. We're on an exchange. I'm just going to sit back and buy my BMW or something like that. But no, it's continue to go because there's always an improvement that you can make. There's always something that you can do to make your project even greater. Now with Circuit would be basically a currency that you could use for anything in regards to racing. If it's a racing weekend, if you wanted to purchase really like transportation, any type of lodging near the racetrack, even the racing tickets, that's the step that we're going towards. So of course, with that, you would need some type of mobile application. So that's kind of a sneak peek of what's coming up in the near future, because everyone loves the word mobile wallet. I mean, I love the word mobile wallet. And that just shows a level of prestige of, this team. Yes, you can make a crypto, but do you have the ability to even push it further and really give what the public wants? I mean, the community is going to let you know feedback. And sometimes it's constructive feedback, but it's feedback and it's not taken lightly. We look at anything that we receive from the community because we wouldn't be anywhere without the community. I say that within, Circuit. I say that within my personal social medias. Community is really everything. So for us to slow down, it wouldn't be serving our community in the right way. They expect a lot out of us. And I know me and Digi and Dan literally work around the clock. But we love doing it to improve our project and really bring it to a next level of prestige.
Awesome. I like that. So Mobile wallet, now that you brought it up, is that kind of the next thing you guys are shooting for? Like, is that the next thing we can expect from the Circuit team?
So Digi is the genius behind what is possibly going to be the mobile wallet. So I will let him speak on that.
I'm not going to really say anything much about the mobile wallet at this point, but so I just want to say some things about mobile wallets, and people just listen to me out. We live in a day where bandwidth is not infinite, so there's always a limited amount, and sometimes it's limited by the money you pay. So if you're going to do a mobile wallet, well, one, don't put the blockchain on the device. That's space, that's downloading time, that's bandwidth, that's somebody else's bill that you're running up. Plus, it's poor form. So when we do a mobile wallet, or when the mobile wallet's ready, wherever that stands, it'll be an application that's built into another platform system. And that platform system will do a lot of things that most mobile wallets don't. I mean, it'll have the ability to connect with a mobile device, but if you lose your device, you can just simply log into your account and disable the phone. So if your phone is in somebody else's hands, they don't get your money. So there's safety mechanisms. Plus, this is a community, so there's got to be a portal that manages community rewards. So we'll have a reward program. The mobile is tied into that system, and it'll do a lot of things. We have a lot of entertainment things that we'll be doing, possibly paying people for playing some race games, winning some races, who knows. But that portal will be the actual essence of the mobile wallet and the web wallet. So there's a lot of different ways we can go, but we do have some things that we're developing, and we'll see how quickly they get finished up, and we kind of look at the whole project and say, is this it, or do we want to go a different way?
Gotcha. Good answer. So we actually have a question from the audience. It would be Garage Day Trader. So I just first wanted to say welcome, Garage Day Trader.
Justin.
If you guys don't know who Justin over at Garage Day Trader is, go check out his channel. He is one of Team ISW, if you guys know who we are, and he's killing it right now, so go check him out. The question is, he was just asking how the launch has gone overall. So if either one of you want to kind of take that. It's a good question. I like that question.
Yeah, no. Thank you very much for your question, and thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate it. Garage Day Trader always shows a lot of support. So very thankful for that, and a great guy. Very well. A lot of positive feedback. A lot of people are very excited about it. As I spoke earlier, for just the innovation of the project. It's not just, typical coin that's not really doing anything, but, they're trying to project some way. It's competitive racing. A lot of people are very passionate of that field. I mean, people are going to tracks every weekend, even during the week, to see their driver or whoever. Very well. A lot of positive feedback. A lot of other cryptocurrencies are reaching out to us, want to team up with us, partner with us, and really just bring any type of additions to the community. So very excited about it, and definitely a lot in store. I mean, it doesn't end just here since we launched and got on an exchange. I mean, there's so much more that we're going to be bringing to the table.
Gotcha. So hopefully that answers your question, Justin. So really, before we kind of start to segue into some stock talk, is there anything that you guys can think of that I didn't ask that maybe you want to add for everyone that's listening, just to kind of expand on Circuit or even just cryptocurrency as a whole? Feel free to jump in, either one of you.
I would ask the audience to think about one thing myself. Sorry to jump in on you.
No, yeah, go for it.
Think of some kind of race car game that is done over the blockchain. That might get your mind working a little.
Yeah, I mean, there's endless possibilities. A lot of people either think a coin is just some type of tool to make money, which it is. I mean, it's just like the stock market stocks. Some view it as an investment of a long-term type deal, not just a day trade. But the blockchain just has endless possibilities. You can do so much with it, more than I initially even knew of. Digi brought to my attention that there's just so much that you can really, I mean, I keep on saying the word innovation, but that's just the key word, especially right now in the space of cryptocurrency. We could just tag ourselves as the next meme coin and just put like a cat on it, you know? But
Seriously.
yeah, and people will be like, "Oh, cool. That's kind of like the dog, except now it's a cat."
Yeah.
And that's it. But to actually bring something people are passionate about, which I guess people are passionate about cats. But aside from the point, just having
you
something.
are passionate about cats.
Man, I haven't. Mr. Kitty, I don't know. He's lost in combat right now. I'll have to go find him.
See, I never got into blockchain for money. So to me, it's just the exchange is something I do for the traders that join my community. I got into it because I create things. I love creating. I love programming. I love tying things into these wallets to talk and communicate through the blockchain. So for me, it's not about money. It's purely about the ability just to see what we can do, push some tech limits, push some software limits, and also set some standards.
Yeah, I mean, having a team that's not focused on profit is amazing because a lot of them only focus on that. There hasn't been one time me, Dan, or Digi has spoke of, oh, what's the price for a circuit right now? Like, there's never been talks of that. We're focused on what can we do next, what can we bring to the community, and really just to show what Digi's speaking of. Digi, and I've said this story many times on, when I'm speaking of stocks, but the coin that went from 0.0000 like all the way to a half a penny, that was basically Digi's doing. Digi was the genius behind that movement. He brought a lot of innovation to that project. So he's not in it for the money. He's already achieved that, basically that stance on it. I mean, I think a lot of people see, oh, I can make $20,000, and that's all they focus on. But when you actually achieve something, of that stature, that level, there's more aspects to it. Just the passion of designing. So
I made 15 million in 2017, and I lost it all in 17 days because I did not top out.
As in, like, straight up and then
didn't sell because we thought it would go up more.
Because I've shown you the charts of the coin. I don't know if I did, but basically in one day there was over $23 million of volume in that one day.
We took a coin that was worth like 20 Doge sats and we put it up to 36 sats BTC. We were blowing away 101 Bitcoin walls at each sat level on Coin Exchange.
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore.
In like 45 days was the whole ride in 2017. It was a beautiful ride. Like days of like 48 hours not sleeping. It was beautiful.
I can't imagine that kind of swing. I'd probably be in that corner over there, like crying still.
15 million.
Or what happens is you just buy headsets with one earpiece, like Jonathan over here.
I keep it old school.
But I mean, he spends the real money on the hair gel, not the headset.
I knew that was going to come. I wasn't sure when it was going to come. I can't. Just forget it. I know Justin's going to say something in chat. I already know it's coming.
We actually do have a member saying, "Who is Mr. Kitty?" So if you want to expand on that real quick before.
So Mr. Kitty is the face of LoneWolf day trading. So whenever you see my videos of trading, not me, it's actually Mr. Kitty. I just take the credit and then I just give him a little slice of it. So
a mouse or two.
Yeah, a mouse or two. Yeah.
Yeah. Jonathan gets a little interesting when he's talking to Mr. Kitty in his videos. So
I miss it. I really do. I really do. A lot of people keep on messaging me, say, "When's the next video coming out? We want another video." And there will be videos starting next month. I've just taken a break. We've been working on circuit day in, day out, but they're coming, so don't worry.
Yeah, sorry. I was reading what Mishka said. So real quick, to kind of segue, I'm actually going to do my 300 sub giveaway real quick.
All right.
I always make these pretty quick. It's for basically the giveaway is for a free week of the Team ISW scanners. You guys are going to get the Learning Center, and you're going to get the 2 chat rooms and the Platinum package for all the ISW scanners. So it's you get whoever wins. You'll kind of understand once you get in there and kind of talk to the guys. Kevin Avery, GDT, we're all in there. It's an environment that you guys are going to want some more of. But so the winner is, drumroll. Just real quick before I actually give the winner, I had actually, because I don't do like a random, I actually go through, read the comments, the people who actually are interested, not just giving it away randomly. I came down to 3 people. I came down to 3 people, and then I did do a 1, 2, 3 random draw with that. I actually rolled a die, and the winner was Jay Towers. And so I don't know if you're in here. I'm going to go ahead and reach out to you if you're not, and we'll be in contact. And congratulations, man. I'll get in touch with you after the stream. So to keep going, and if you guys have any questions about ISW, just let me know. I can, as we're doing the interview, I can go ahead and answer those in the chat. But to kind of segue into the day trading aspect of your life, I know that you did it. Obviously, that's kind of how I found you on YouTube. We became friends, found out we live in the same state, all that good stuff. Actually, like less than a half an hour away.
Yeah, very true.
The real question is that apparently you've been getting asked a lot lately is, one, do you still day trade?
So do I still day trade? I still day trade. I still have the ability to day trade. Am I day trading every day? No, I'm not. I've, again, putting a lot of time into Circuit, and that just shows the dedication to this project, how much potential I believe it has. For people that may or may not know, I did enter the TradeNet competition. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to see how I do. I mean, I've been really trading every single day. Is this a skill that you need to do every single day? Or is this something that you can learn based on your foundation and, put your skills to the test? So I, again, working with Circuit, I was only able to trade 4 out of the 10 eligible days. But out of the, I think it's 3,000 people that entered, I placed 20 within the competition. So only trading 4 days, getting 20th place, made about $6,000 in those 4 days. It was fun. I was able to really, it's not bragging or it's really just making a statement. I'm the last person to brag. I'm always here to help anyone. I don't charge anything. It's free if you ever want me to help you in any way. But I just thought that was cool just to kind of prove to myself, just to kind of get an idea of where I stack with other people. So it was really fun. And again, always here to help anyone that asks for it.
Cool. So I actually have kind of 2 questions based off of that.
Okay.
We'll just use that as a reference to this, but during that challenge, how are you finding your trades?
Okay. So I've put out videos for this. The stockmarketwatch.com is primarily where I go. A lot of people know I don't use really any outside sources except that. When I'm looking at the different stocks, I'm very short biased. A lot of people don't like that because they're like, oh, you're a shorter, you're the reason stocks go down, which isn't true whatsoever. But the bulls are more against you than the shorters in a sense. Everyone has to take profit at a certain time. But I go to Stock Market Watch. I look at a certain volume set. I like to see about 300,000 shares, I would say, because I'm normally looking about 15 minutes to 10 minutes before pre-market. The way I used to trade is I really didn't put a lot of time into the market. I was very bullish when I started trading. I was a momentum trader, really. So I really wanted to see how much time do I really had to put into this to make a consistent profit. So my schedule was I would open my computer, however, about 10 minutes before market. I would look at stocks. Okay, I would go into my broker, and then I'd be done trading within the first 5 minutes. And then I'd be done for the day. And I could do whatever I wanted to. And with that momentum trading, I was making good money. I mean, I've shown people the stats, making 800 in the first minute candle, so on and so forth. But it really goes down to how you prep yourself to trade. Do you want to trade the power hour, which I don't recommend? Do you want to trade the opening candle, which I don't recommend? Now, trust me, once you actually understand how to trade these, it makes more sense. It makes much more sense to me to trade that first candle than it does trading like after 10:30. I don't trade after 10:30. After that time, the big and like industrial traders, the larger margin equity traders are done trading. They've already made all their money in that first hour and they're done. So after that, you start getting to more of, I guess you could say, a novice trader in a sense, just because they're not used to those large spiking candles. They're not comfortable with it. So that's why they're not going to be within that first hour. So yeah, stock market watch, find the stocks, go in there. And I mean, that's really about it.
Gotcha. So how long would you say it really kind of took you personally to kind of understand everything that you just said, like understand the market as a whole and, really kind of hone in on what your edge is in the market?
So for myself, I would say about 6 months. And that really just goes to what fuels you in life. Are you just kind of doing this as a side gig? If it doesn't work out, then who cares? Or do you have where no one believed in you, no one thought you could be anything in life, and now it's your time to prove them wrong? Is that what fuels you? And that's basically what's fueling me. And that's the mentality I have whenever I start a project or start any type of self-improvement is, I'm going to be one of the best out there. I'm going to prove to people. And like when people saw the 20th place, people were messaging me saying, no, there's no way. I was like, dude, my name's right there on the leaderboard. Like, you can doubt all you want, but it's right there. And that's what basically I was living for, is to prove those people wrong that had no belief in me. So again, it really goes to how much dedication you want to put into it, what fuels you. Are you passionate about it? I mean, stock trading, you're going to make money if you learn how to do it. The possibility is there. You can make a lot of money. You can make more money than a 9-to-5 could ever make you. But are you really passionate about it, or are you just looking at the dollar signs? Because you can make money anywhere else. You don't have to make it in day trading. So if you're passionate about it, you really want to learn it. And I mean, you really want to learn it. Not you hop in there with 1,000 shares and, oh crap, it didn't work, I'll try it again tomorrow. Or do you want to start at the basics where you're trading 50 shares, 100 shares, really starting to learn, memorize those patterns? That's the biggest thing. That's basically how I'm able to trade the first minute candle, because I've seen it so many times. It's just etched into my brain of what to look for, and always think about what the other side is thinking. Yes, I'm a short bias trader, but what are the bulls thinking? Where would the bulls enter? Where would they exit? I need to know where they'll exit so then I can get my short position where they're going to exit. I need those overextensions. I need to know when the bulls, those overextensions are basically saying the bulls are all scattered. They haven't consolidated. People are buying it up. Everyone's giving FOMO. And then that's when I jump in and take advantage of it. Yeah. So, for myself, I would say 6 months to really get the terminology down. But actually getting into the market is the biggest thing. Actually understanding how everything moves. So you just have to be patient. You're going to take losses. Some weeks you're going to lose every single day. That's just how it is. If you think that you're never going to have a losing trade throughout your career of trading, it's not going to happen. But what's impressive to me is not so much people, making a large sum in one trade. That doesn't impress me. What impresses me is someone that takes a loss and can actually handle that loss mentally. If you take a loss and you're like, you got to admit defeat sometimes. You may have not won the battle, but you can always win the war. That's what really impresses me. So just having that self-control and that self-discipline is something that you have to gain over time. And that just goes back to the skill sets and the characteristics that people have. Are they able to actually be profitable?
And just to touch real quick on when you do lose, that's hopefully when throughout your learning you learned about risk management, because yes. Obviously I learned very quickly when I was beginning, you can win and have a 90+% win rate, and it doesn't matter as long as that 10% wipes out your 90%. So
that's very true.
keep risk management in mind when it comes to that. So that's a perfect segue into my next question that I had lined up.
Okay.
So when these losses do happen, you said that you have to be able to handle the emotions of the loss. Well, how do you actually deal with that, the frustration, the self-doubt, and basically just all the other emotional aspects of trading? Is there a process that you go through after a big loss? Kind of expand on that.
Yeah. You can break the laptop in half and then you can't trade again. Just making sure you can't trade again. It stinks because like once you go on a long streak of not having losses, then that one loss occurs. You're like, no. Then, you just don't want to accept it. For me, it's really come down to I have a set rules. I only trade this certain time. I take this many shares. And, at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out for me, there's been times where I take a loss and I'm like, no, there's no way. This was perfect. I know what it's going to do. And then it goes against me again. I'm like, you're an idiot. And then, I think over time you start to learn, hey, it's just not your day, man. And there's always going to be another trading day. There's always going to be another stock. It's not like this one stock is the only one that's ever going to be there. There's always going to be something that's pumped over 100, 200%. The possibility is always going to be there. But it is difficult. I'm not going to lie. It's very difficult. I don't like to accept it. As far as risk reward, one thing I did want to touch on, always trade like, let's say you have, okay, one thing would be if you have a big loss the previous day, don't try to trade the next day to make up that loss. Been there, done that, doesn't work. It just doesn't. Don't say, I can make this loss if I take 2,000 shares, but I only trade 500. Let's just see how it works. It's not going to, if you try to hit a home run, it's not going to happen. I promise you, the small wins add up. I've shown videos of, my P&L when I was really trading every single day. And, I'd have like a $400 day at 500. I even had like a $600 or $700 loss. And the day after that, I only made $200 back. But it adds up. And at the end of the month, having over $5,000 in profit, you're like, oh, especially only trading 5 to 10 minutes at market open and having the rest of the day to do whatever you want. You just have to look at those small winners and start with small share size. Just build on that share size. A lot of people don't like to do that because we like to see the videos. Oh, well, that guy's trading 10,000 shares. So, I can do that. That's just not, those people have been trading for a long time, or there's something that you're not seeing. But this is, yeah, exactly. I live in reality. So you just have to really just understand how many shares you can trade with and be comfortable. That's the biggest thing, is being comfortable when you trade. When I first started trading, I would always be shaking. I'd be like, crap, no, don't go down, don't do it. But now it got to the point where I trade and I'm just watching and I'm like, okay, I thought I would do that. And I'm just watching. And as people know, the way I trade is, I'll get into a spike. If it goes up again, breaks the high, I'll short onto that. A lot of people say don't add to your losers. I do it and it works for me fine. It's just about being confident and understanding, okay, there is an ultimate stop. I can't let it go to the moon. Sometimes you just have to take that loser, but just be confident, and you don't always have to trade the way someone else does. There's people that are momentum traders. There's people that are short bias. You're going to see a lot of momentum traders on YouTube, especially, the ones where the charts, because a lot of people don't even understand that you can make money when the stock goes down. So like when I'm trading and someone's watching me and they're like, oh, the stock just went down, how much money did you lose? I'm like, dude, I just made some money. What are you talking about? It's not just that one way. So with anything, there's going to be a learning curve. If it's with the stock market, if it's with cryptocurrency, there's always a learning curve. But you can make a lot of profit from either realm. You just have to be passionate about it and really put the time into it to learn that. Because like I tell people, put the time into it to actually learn it, because one day someone's going to ask you a question and they're going to say, how do you do this? How do you do this? You don't want to be the guy that's like, well, I don't know, just ask this other guy. You want to be the guy that actually gives the answers, someone that people can look up to for knowledge and advice. You want to be that go-to guy. So really just keep that in mind. And that's just not with trading, that's really with anything in life.
That's very true. Very true. Yeah, we have like Dario in chat saying, he's only trading 15 shares, 30 shares. And, if you watch my videos, I'm not that far above you, man. So, I mean, you have to start somewhere. And if that's what you're comfortable with, that's what you got to start with.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought I had seen, Day Trading with Chris had a good question that I'll sneak in there just to kind of span on what we were talking about. He said, what was your biggest obstacle in becoming a profitable trader?
Oh, the big. Oh, okay. That's a good question. I didn't see that one coming. That wasn't on the script.
Power of the users. Power of people tuning in.
Yeah, the biggest obstacle, I would say, it was developing my own style, being confident in my own style. Because when I first started, it was momentum trading. And then I switched over to shorting, but the way I would short is if it broke the high, I would get out of the trade. But a lot of people know that I preach on false breaks, because every time they break that, it would just be a false. And when I say false break, people ask me this sometimes. Jonathan, it actually broke the high. What do you mean false break? Like it actually, so it did happen, but you have to keep it in the aspect of if it's a $10 stock and it breaks the high by 2 cents, it wasn't a good push. The bulls, it was basically a failed push, and it was just to get out any type of stop orders. Let's say someone was shorting it, they would put the stop order right above it, and it gives bulls the advantage. A lot of industrial traders are going to use that to their advantage. But just really, what's going to work for you. A lot of people don't understand what I do. They say, Jonathan, don't add to positions when it's against you. And then I would say another one, and truly I see this with a lot of students, is when you have a red day, just take the red day. It's going to happen. I promise it will happen. It happens to everybody. Don't think that you can make, like if you're down $50 and you're like, well, if I trade this and I up my share size by 5 times, I can make the money back. And then let's say it works for you. Let's say somehow it worked for you, you made your money back. You're like, oh crap, now I'm down to commissions and ECN fees. Okay, I think I'll make one more trade. Just got to call it quits sometimes. You really do. And that's what's going to separate the novice traders from those that have the potential to be professional traders, is do you have the ability to develop that self-control? If you don't, I promise you won't be profitable or consistently profitable. You have to have that self-control, because people ask, they say, what can I do to be a full-time day trader? This is what I want to do for my career. You have to have that self-control, because at the end of the day, you're your own boss. It's not like some guy standing over your shoulder and saying, no, you need to stop trading now. It's not going to happen. If you become a full-time trader, you don't have that self-discipline, and you blow your account. I mean, you're the CEO, you're the CFO, you're everything of your day trading. It's a lot of responsibility. I mean, just like with Circuit, me, Digi, and Dan, we have a lot of responsibility. And we have to know people are depending on us and counting on us to make this amazing project, just like yourself is counting on you to become consistently profitable. Not everyone's going to believe in you, especially in the beginning when you're trading 20 shares, 30 shares. People are like, okay, you made $2. Just go to McDonald's and you can't even get a Big Mac, and people are going to, just kind of put you down. But it's really about proving those people wrong. And sometimes at the end of the day, everyone needs someone to believe in them. That's just how it is. It's good. It's a morale booster to have someone believe in you. But sometimes you're just going to be the only person to believe in yourself. So you have to be strong and believe in yourself when no one else does. And when you actually start making profits, you'll see people will start believing in you that didn't. Because everyone tends to feed to someone that's winning, because they want to be a winner as well. Be that winner that people want to follow and look up to.
Well, man, I want to look up to you now. After that, man, that was good. It hit the heart. Some deep stuff there. Yeah, it was. That kind of hit me. It kind of made me speechless there for a second. Real quick, did you, just to kind of dive into this, you said it took 6 months. Did you have any kind of help in those 6 months? Were you kind of self-taught? Did you receive any kind of like personal training? Was it all through like YouTube, courses? Did you kind of dive in any of that? Just real quick on that one.
So when I first started, I just knew of my friend, the one that made the $600. But I would watch him trade sometimes. I had no idea what was going on. I would just see the stock going up, and I'm like, you should buy, you know. And then when I started, he was really doing his own trading, so he would kind of watch me sometimes, but he would be doing his own thing, and that's cool. Then once I actually really started day trading, getting into it, I met with the Garage Day Trader. So I've met him in person. Really cool guy, awesome guy. And we were talking about trading styles and techniques and stuff. And, he really gave me this basis, this foundation of creating my own YouTube, putting content out there, being confident in it. And, the Garage Day Trader was really someone that I looked to for, okay, I've seen what he's achieved. I mean, he has a lot of subscribers. That's somewhere I want to be. So it's really, people at the end of the day, they ask, who do you look up to? I wouldn't say I so much I really look up to people, like I want to be them, but I love certain aspects of them. Like Garage Day Trader has great drive. You, Tim, you have great drive. Even when you're trading 50 shares, 100 shares, and people are like, well, why are you only trading this? Is this even worth my time? You really stay in there, and you stay confident, and you keep your grind. And that's really what it's all about. So YouTube was very helpful. It really was. Just being able to see what other people were doing, see the different patterns. But the biggest thing was being in the market. And even when you had a red day, having that rude awakening of, oh crap, I just lost $600. How did this happen? It's my first day. So that was the biggest thing. My first day I lost 600, and my second day I lost 600. And after that I was like, okay, so not trading 1,000 shares anymore. I need to tone this down and really learn this. So everyone starts from somewhere, and that's kind of how it started out for me.
So I feel like that's kind of par for course, because my first day sounded about the same.
Yeah.
It was actually, my first day was a little bit worse, and my second day was not as bad, but yeah, it was definitely a wake-up call. You go right from watching YouTube videos, which I'm sure a lot of people do. People watch these videos, they see all the gurus doing it. You kind of paper trade for like a week, and you think you got it because you're killing it on paper, and then your first day you're like, oh, well, there went $1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas Garage Day Trader wants to give me PTSD, bringing up MTSI. You could bring up OCX. There's a bunch of them. You learn from them though.
Yeah. I mean, it's you definitely take something from it. So that's all that matters.
And just also to expand on like the educational part of things, and I tell people in my videos all the time, and like you had said, I'm doing my thing. The whole reason I made this channel to begin with was to kind of document my journey. It wasn't necessarily to get followers and make money on YouTube. It was really just a journal, or GDT would call it a diary. What I always say on my channel is, ask questions, because if I don't already know the answer, to help you out, because at some point I was the one asking the questions. But if I don't know the answer to your question, I'm going to go find that answer for you, because I want to know the answer to it. Because if I don't know something, I want to know it, especially if it has something to do with trading. So that should apply to everybody. If you don't know something, you want to know it. If you can't find it yourself, it doesn't, there's no stupid questions. I mean, if you want to know something, just ask. And if I don't know it, I'm going to go find it for you. And if I can't find it, I'm going to ask Jonathan. So.
Yeah, and that was the biggest thing, is when I first started, I told myself every day I'm going to learn one new thing about the stock market. If it was like, what's a VWAP, or what's short selling, so if you can challenge yourself every single day.
Volume weighted average price, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. If you can learn one new thing every single day, then you don't have to worry about really not obtaining the knowledge that you need, because you're out there seeking it. And it's really just about being active. A lot of people, they kind of just plateau, and they're like, okay, I've learned enough, I'm good to go. But if you keep on, really try to learn stuff that you're not comfortable with. So like, it's like, okay, the opening of market, the spiking candles, I'm kind of afraid to really dig into that. I'm not saying jump in there with 1 million shares, but I'm just saying, really just do something that's going to get you out of your comfort zone. Because I think a lot of people just get too comfortable and they don't want to expand their knowledge. They're fine where they're at. But again, just challenge yourself to learn new stuff is really going to make you that go-to guy.
Good advice. So one more question real quick about just your trading in general. If you had your kind of go-to strategy, would you say that you only still kind of trade that one strategy? Do you also kind of recommend the same thing that I do, that you should really try to just master, that one thing, that you like find your edge, that profitable edge, and just kind of stick to it? Because, a lot of people were out there saying, I need to have 50 different strategies. I mean, to me, I think you only need one. If how are you? And if it is just one, what is it? Let us know the secret sauce.
Yeah, I know. So that's been a big thing. A lot of people say the most profitable traders are going to be bullish and bearish. They're going to be able, don't get me wrong, if you can trade both being bull and bear, that's good. Because if you can do that, you understand the psychology behind what each side is thinking at that exact moment that you're looking at the chart. But if you're a professional, if you're an expert in your one trading strategy, that's what it's all about. It's really about developing that one strategy. Like, me doing the opening candles, that's what I'm comfortable with. And I would, like 99% of the time, I am in the green. Why would I want to change it up? I should be working towards improving that and be able to build upon that foundation that I've already made. So yes, you should have the ability to understand bulls and bears, because if you're a momentum trader, but you have no idea what short selling is, that's probably not going to be good, because the short sellers are watching for those spikes. Especially if let's say there's a chat room that's heading it, it's probably not going to be good. So just being that professional within your strategy, I think that's really just the key.
I agree. I always say to anybody that's new, find a strategy. And that's the other thing too, is, I had a strategy myself that was profitable, but I just didn't enjoy it. Just like any job, you kind of have to enjoy it. You have to be passionate about what you're doing. So find not only a strategy that's profitable, but make sure that you actually enjoy doing it. Because remember, if you want to do this for a living, you have to wake up every single day, Monday through Friday.
Very true.
And you have to do it. So if you're not passionate about what you're doing, if you're only in it, just to make money, you're going to get burnt out pretty quickly. So,
oh yeah.
So just to lead into the end a little bit, for any speaking of new traders, if you could actually give them any piece of advice when they are starting out, what would it be?
Use a demo account when you start. I'm not saying use a demo account for months on end, because you're going to get used to that psychology of trading, and that's not good. But when you're actually starting, just to learn like the whole level 2, level 1, the different time frames, even the different indicators, or however, use a demo account. Just because you don't want to put your real hard-earned money on the line when you're trying to just learn, like I did, because you're going to lose $600 in the first day and say, where did it all go wrong? So that's one thing I do recommend. I know a lot of people read books, and that's good, grow your knowledge, or however. I'm more as far as tactile, for actually being like hands-on, but I do like visual as well. So really just, I guess, curve it to your learning style. But yeah, the demo account, I always tell everyone, I wish I knew about demo accounts when I started, but all I knew was SureTrader, and that was not good.
Yeah. Everybody who follows me knows that SureTrader is kind of on my bad side right now. Not necessarily, as a company, but just their commissions. It's really what it comes down to. They're just, it makes it really hard if you're just starting out to grow a smaller account, because let's face it, if you're with SureTrader, it's because you have a smaller account. And they're kind of keeping you in a smaller account with just their fees and commissions and all that good stuff. And real quick, just to tack on to the whole starting off with a demo account. One thing about a demo account is you're not necessarily going to get the emotional aspect of trading.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's something completely different. Until you're trading your, hard-earned money, you're never going to really understand the emotional aspect of trading. But so that you are the best prepared when that does come along where you have to deal with those emotions, I also do recommend getting on a demo account so that when you because a lot of people, they think they can just jump in and it's as simple as inputting 1,000 shares and hitting buy. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Even if it's only 100 shares and you hit buy and all of a sudden she's going up or down, whether it's going for you or against you, you need to know how to manage that trade. So if you're just like, I'm going to hit buy and I'm expecting this thing to go up and I'm going to hit sell, well, it's really not that easy. What if you hit sell and you don't get your order filled and then she starts dropping? Now what? Do you know how to get out of the trade then? There's so many things that you can learn just from a demo account. So just to expand off what Jonathan said, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there for anybody that could be new as well, that might be looking for that advice. So, real quick, Digi, I don't know if you saw it in the chat. There was a question by GDT. He was actually going back to Circuit for a second. He wanted to ask, other than the racing aspect, what actually makes Circuit a good crypto coin? I guess what kind of separates it, besides the racing aspect of it? Have anything to kind of add on to that?
Well, I mean, racing is just really a subcategory of entertainment. So, I mean, you have all of the normal things that you would find in a coin being used as a payment system. We hope to have ins with tracks to be used for vendors, merchant experiences, track ignition, camping. I mean, most of this stuff is on the white paper. There were 3 major categories I think I filled out. Circuit has a lot of different facets, and some people, they only value the trading part. Some people value the entertainment part. Other people value the community part. So it really depends on what you're in crypto for. We're not here to create an experience for every person, just because they're just people here for interests that are outside of what we're trying to do. But we have a wide open roadmap. Again, I'm a creator. So technically it's, what can I hook in the wallet? Can I hook a dash cam to it? Can I hook all these strange devices to it and do something with it? So if you want a company that really seeks to not really tie into one vision, but create product, get the community feel, create product, be part of that process, then that has itself in something to offer. If you have an idea, tell us about your great idea in as much detail as possible, and we'll see if we can fit that into what we're doing and move that forward with us. But is there a single thing that would set us apart from everybody? No. I'd say there's a lot of things. Teamwork, effort, drive, communication. We have a lot of experience that's being pulled together, probably about 20 combined years of crypto experience. And our past projects, we didn't go anywhere. I mean, they're still going. So we're here to stay. So that means you kind of want to look at what a project does, look at what it accomplishes, to see if it's serious or not. If we were only here to earn some money, we'd just do the bare minimum, get some money, and then leave. So you got to kind of look at a project as a whole and look at all the pieces it's doing to get the answer you want. But I just don't feel there's any real single thing. It's just racing is what we like. It's an entertainment portion.
So it's kind of the portal into the space.
Correct. And that's a lot of racing. Everything that Wolf said, including soapbox derbies, RC racing, any kind of racing, street racing, drag, on track, off track, dirt bike, BMX, any kind of racing. 2 people in a shopping cart rolling down a hill. Whatever you can come up with, it's racing, man.
Pull out the mobile wallets and let's go.
There you go.
There you go, man. Me, you, right now. Your wallet, my wallet, like pink slip, right?
Yeah.
But it's a wide open area, and there's not a lot of people here that are doing it. There's a huge vendor space, so it's kind of like, why not? It's there are like 6,000 coins right now that are being tracked on like CoinGecko. There's another couple thousand of overlap on CoinMarketCap. So out of 6,000 different coins, you're going to find a lot of commonalities, man. A lot. Like everybody wants to be used as a payment gate.
Yeah. And
everybody wants to be traded. Everybody wants to be on Binance. A lot of commonalities.
When it comes to like so like when we sat down and we were speaking of this project, since we've seen where coins have, their success and their failure, we looked at it overall, and with the coin specs, with every cryptocurrency, there's certain specifications that come along. How many coins are there going to be total? How many years is basically the blockchain going to go producing these coins? I mean, are there going to be new coins minted for a year, or is it going to roll out for 50 years? You can kind of look at that for Bitcoin. The rewards are cut in half for people that actually mine it. For our coin, there isn't a large point of mining. It's primarily proof of stake, which is basically you just have the coins in your wallet, your desktop wallet, which you can download off the website, and the master nodes. And for people, especially since a large is the stock market, the proof of stake is basically equivalent to dividends. As far as if you hold one share of Apple, it's always going to be one share of Apple. It's not magically going to turn into 2 shares of Apple. But with our coins, if you hold them in your wallet, over time, you're rewarded with more coins that just come right into your wallet. So you could have 5,000 coins, and then you wake up the next morning, now you're up to 7,000 coins. And the way that works is it's called a blockchain for a reason. There's different blocks within this huge chain. And when one of the blocks are hit, in a sense, there's a certain amount of coins that come from that. And there's a certain amount of reward that goes to people that are doing proof of stake, that are holding those coins in their wallet just to an active internet connection. It just sits there like it's sitting on mine right now. Or to people that have master nodes, which is basically equivalent, but master nodes a little different as far as you can turn off your computer for a month, basically, come back to it, and all those rewards are just going to flow into your wallet that you achieve from that master node because it's off of a different server. A lot of people love master nodes because you don't have to have your wallet running 24/7, but you're getting these dividends. There's no mining like Bitcoin. Yes, you can mine Bitcoin. You can get a small portion of Bitcoin, but it costs a lot of money electricity. With proof of stake, I am on the computer working, and it's working for me. I don't have to do anything. I just sit there with the internet connection like I do when I'm at the computer anyways, and I get coins just flowing into the wallet. So that's a beautiful aspect. Another thing is we have a max cap. There's only a certain amount of coins that are going to ever exist. It's not going to be more than, I know coin projects that are up to 16 trillion coins. When you're up to 16 trillion coins, that's a lot. That's a lot because they didn't set a max cap. And then what occurs is equivalent to a reverse split in the stock market, where they have to basically do a swap to get that max supply down to a reasonable amount. Because back when crypto was just, really getting hyped into 2016, 2017, people really didn't understand that. They just wanted to create this crypto coin, and, their max cap wasn't really looked at as it is now. So we don't have to worry about like this huge, basically the coin just being diluted down to nothing. It has a lot of value. It's paired with Bitcoin, which is like basically the highest prestige of being paired. That just shows that our coin holds a lot of value and a lot of worth in it. And that's what investors like to see. They like to see something that has value. And as Bitcoin goes up, so does the value of the cryptocurrency overall. I'm 100% sure Bitcoin is going to break the all-time high 20,000 because it just makes sense. But I mean, if we look at everything going on, that's why every time I talk about this project, I say endless possibility, endless potential, because it does. I mean, we have all this experience combined. Digi with all the security and really knowing coding in and out. Myself with the analytics, and Dan, he really makes everything pretty. Me and Digi, we put stuff together, and Dan's like, okay, let's make this, visually pleasing for everyone. That's really what it's all about, is that teamwork. And with the, having our teamwork, our strong bond, really working with each other for half a year plus more, Now having the community join us and enjoying, what we've put together, it's really just proud moment to be able to really show off what we've achieved and actually give, a different aspects. Because some people really love the security portion of cryptocurrency. They love that. They love the coding. Boom, we got that. They want the analytics. They want to trade it. I've already looked at all that, and I've already designed it how it needs to be. Boom, done that. We have so many different just skill sets that we bring to this project. And that's why I know that this is going to be a very successful project overall. I don't even look at the value of this coin. I don't look at that. I look at us being able to project ourselves out there and make a huge name for ourselves. That's what it's all about. With day trading, there's money there. If I wanted to go day trade and make money, I'm pretty sure I can make it happen. But it's really about focusing on this and bringing the best quality that we can to it.
There's a couple other really good features that the people need to know about, such as the masternode and stake reward sharing. You could enable multi-send in the wallet, punch in someone's address at a percentage, and then every stake or masternode that pays to that wallet, that percentage will automatically be paid to that address. And you can set multiple addresses in it. So, the more masternodes you add to that wallet, the frequency, because every time the masternode hits, it pays. So you got that. You got stake splitting threshold that affects POS. So you can say, I don't want my stacks to split until they're 200,000. So once one input achieved 200,000 coins in it, it would split to two 100,000s. 100,000s would build up to 200,000, split again, and this process keeps going. But it's for optimizing the stakes, because the bigger the input, the better chance of that staking. Mm-hmm. So those are two fundamental features that I really feel add a lot of benefit to this wallet system.
Sounds good. Well, guys, if you guys just some closing thoughts. If you guys want to, I just posted in the chat where you guys can find Circuit as a whole, their website, and over on Twitter. They also have a Discord, which I believe you can find on either, right? I would believe they're listed on both. If not, just get in contact with me, Digi, or LoneWolf, and we'll hook you up with the link to the Discord.
So if you go to the website, we have all the links. You can just scroll the top and you'll see like our white paper, which basically the white paper is a format that shows everything about the project, every small detail. It's the entire outlay into one document. So if you actually go to the website, you can really just see everything as far as join like the Telegram, join the Discord, or however. So sorry to butt in.
No, you're fine. And yeah, to find Jonathan over at LoneWolf Day Trading, you can see his is at LW Day Trading on Twitter, and Digi is at Digi Warfare. So if you guys have anything else to say, I think this was a great interview. I think we learned a lot, both about Circuit and about Jonathan and Digi, and as far as Jonathan's day trading, which he obviously doesn't do anymore.
But I knew it was coming.
No, Jonathan is a great day trader. When I first started, he was an endless supply of help, and he held to the highest standards of there is no stupid questions, because man, would I batter him with some questions. And there were some questions that were as simple as, what is VWAP? I mean, it might not have been VWAP in particular, but there was some questions, and I'm hitting him with it right now with the cryptocurrency too. I'm asking him things where he's probably like, man, this is some entry level type stuff. And but hey, again, we all have to start somewhere. I started with 0 subscribers on this channel. We just did a 300 sub giveaway today, so
that's awesome.
Got to start somewhere. And so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, guys. If you have any further questions, there will be a comment section down below once everything kind of cycles through on YouTube. If you want to reach out to any of us, you have all of our Twitters, you have their website, and you can have the Discord as well. So with that said, guys, if you guys want to say bye.
Later, everybody.
We will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.